Hey guys, welcome back. It's Josh with the Financial Advisor Car Guy. This week we're going to talk about garage doors again, but the reason for it is because I got my new door last week. I've had it for now 7 days and I am absolutely in love with it. So I'm going to recap and then we're going to talk about the new door. So if you guys remember, several weeks ago, I did an episode about needing to replace a door and how I wasn't excited about how expensive it was and why I needed the door, what happened to it and how it broke and why it was broken and all those things. So basically what ended up happening was the door over time, it's a big door. I'll start with that and I'll tell you, I did learn some new information since that last garage door episode, so I'll fill you in a little bit. But basically the garage door, and it's kind of behind you at this point, I'm looking at it and you can kind of see the reflection in my glasses. But the garage door is 17 foot 8 inches wide. And 18 feet is like, I'm gonna say pretty well max capacity for a wide residential door. Generally speaking, garage doors aren't quite that wide. I wanna say 16 is the standard, or 16.6 or something like that, is the standard garage door width. And generally roughly 7 feet tall is correct. And our garage door is 7 foot 8. So it's a little bit unique, both width and height. It's just not a standard size. And so calling around, getting bids, trying to find a replacement door, they were very expensive. And again, because of this custom size. So we ended up utilizing a garage door company that's local to us. They're a mom and pop shop. You know, we felt good about giving them our business and they were super easy to work with. They were kind, courteous, punctual, all the things. And, they didn't really try to upsell me a whole lot, which is always great. I pretty much called and said, hey, this is what I want. What can you do for me? They were able to, essentially source what we wanted and how we wanted it. And here we are. So the long and short of it is I'm going to spin this camera around in about 2 seconds, but we ended up getting an all glass door. And when I say all glass, I guess I just mean every panel has a window in it. And like I said, we're gonna show you what that looks like here in just a second. But I also feel like I'm a little bit on display. Just while I was talking to you a moment ago, a car drove by and I mean, I can see the driver of that car, they can see me. Having glass on the window, I guess it's cool, but it's not exactly what I expected. I feel like my garage is a little bit echoey now, but part of that's because this door is so much better insulated. My words, sound in general, aren't going through the door. They're not penetrating the door the same way. All new weather stripping around all 4 sides of the garage door. And all in all, the temperature in here, I mean, it's much more comfortable. And I'll show you that in a minute too. So here we go. Without further ado, here is my garage door. Voila. Okay, so pretty sweet. Right, 16 windows. 4 panels tall with 4 windows wide. And if I walk you guys in here, you're gonna see that this is solid. Now, I don't know if you recall, but you can look or not, but this used to be hollow on my last garage door. In fact, there was a very thin piece of like a paper material in there. And if you remember, I talked about a little bit of an insulation channel. There was like a channel kind of at these gaps where you could put like a 1/2 inch or a 3/4 inch piece of foam insulation in there. Well, these doors, I mean, you can hear that. Like it's freaking solid. That is all reinforced. It is all insulated. These are double paned windows. So the gal told me over the phone that really they've seen garages maintain heat by like 30 degrees. Better than what it once was. I don't know that 30, that seems a little bit extreme, but I'll be happy if I get 10 to 20, degrees warmer in this garage. I do have these space heaters. I've got one here and one over here, and I can turn those puppies on and it warms up out here. And it used to be that I'd have to keep those on the entire time I was out in the garage, but just in the last week, and you can see a little itty bitty bit of snow in front of and around this car. It's been snowing. And so I've been out here a little bit. Super cool to like look outside and see the snowfall. It's beautiful. These windows are awesome. And anyway, but I've been out here in the evenings and having the heaters on. Yeah, the garage maintains temperature really, really well. So I know they're working, and that's awesome. They also, you can see these silver crossbars, and there's 4 of them. Basically, those are the reinforcements. If you guys remember, that was what fixed or temporarily fixed the last garage door. There was only, I think, 1. And the repairman came and he basically said, yeah, this is what's happening. The door's bowing. It's going outside the tolerance, so it's not operating correctly. I can put this in there to make it more rigid, and then it'll work, but it's just a matter of time till it fails again. So let's not use that as a permanent fix. Let's just do it until the new door comes in. So that's what I did. Now we have the door. Absolutely love it. Everything is new, right? So new springs up here. Actually, even the tracking is all brand new. Everything is new. And the motor, as you can see, is gone. That's where it once was, okay? The new one is this black box right here. So super simple design. I don't know why they haven't made garage doors like this before or ever, why this wasn't always a thing. But literally this metal bar goes right inside there and it just spins. There's a gear inside there. And yeah, simple. So it creates a ton of space up here on the ceiling. No more rack, no more track, no more chain, no more loud, clunky, movement. In fact, now I don't know how the microphone on this phone is, but I'm guessing you're gonna hear a little bit of chatter. I'm gonna put the garage door up for you so you can hear how quiet this machine is. And all I hear, honestly, is the little chatter of the wheels in the channel. They're like a plasticky, silicone-y wheel, okay? You can kind of hear that rattle just a touch inside the track, but that's literally all you hear. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the garage and you can see it here. We'll watch it together here. So I hit the button. You can hear the motor click to engage. Relatively quiet, but really all you hear is the chatter of those wheels inside the track. And I'm gonna walk outside here. Okay. And then, like I said, all this insulation is brand new. I still have to paint it. The garage door itself is black on the outside. Let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and close the garage from the outside so you guys can see kind of where we're at here. And you guys can also hear the sound, right? It's very, very quiet. And it's actually pretty quick. It's a little bit faster than the old garage door. Again, it's black. So I need to paint it to match my house or paint my house to match the door. I haven't really decided yet. Yeah, my wife's thrilled. But anyway, I digress. It's beautiful, it's fantastic. The glass is tinted. So during the day, someone who drives by, in fact, let's do this together. I'm gonna walk out to the end of my driveway. You guys can't see into the garage, and the lights are on in there if you remember, right? So you guys can't see in, and you see a reflection. They're windows, they're glass. There's the snow I was talking about. It's all melting. It's cold out here, so I'm gonna go back inside. But you guys, this is incredible. I had no idea how much a garage door would change the look of my house. Oh, I forgot the password here. Nope, that's not right. There we go. I didn't know how much it was gonna change the look. It was expensive. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but I think realistically, I can get every dollar back out of this thing. The garage has really turned into a place where someone can utilize it, right? It's got a lift. I've got the beautiful floor. We now have an amazing garage door. Honestly, the last thing is the lighting. And so I've been showing my wife different hexagonal patterned lights. I need to repaint the ceiling. As you can see, there's white streaks there. I didn't actually do a great job painting the ceiling to begin with, but I never really cared until right now. So if I do the hexagonal lighting, I need to paint the ceiling first. but Google it, you guys. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's very evenly distributed white light that comes from a grid that basically is mounted on your ceiling. Instead of these bright strip lights, it's just much more uniform throughout, and it's gonna dramatically improve the lighting. And the truth is, they use it a lot in detailing bays and detailing shops and things like that. So I'm walking back over to the panel here so that you can see the controller for the garage door. And what's cool is it's got a thermostat built in. So check that out. So right now you can see it's 57 degrees in here in the garage. There's a motion sensor to a light that's over here. And I can turn the light on and off with that switch. And then up here, that's the actual garage door button. And it's got a clock. You can see it's 5:12 p.m. right now as I film this. And there's actually an app that I can download and sync my phone to the garage door opener so that I can open this thing remotely, literally from anywhere in the world. So I could be on vacation in Italy and my neighbor might have a package for me. I can say, yeah, I'll open the garage door, put it inside. They can do that. I can then close the garage door, all from around the world. It's freaking amazing. So that's to do. I haven't done that yet. I got to figure that out. That's for another time. For now, I've just been enjoying the door, but it's awesome, guys. So now let's talk about price. Now, again, I mentioned that this is a completely custom door size. I could not go into Lowe's or Home Depot and buy a door. I could, but they wouldn't have it in stock. They'd have to order it anyway. So the problem, and I'm just gonna set this down right here so I can talk to you guys. So the problem was that it was custom ordered regardless. Now, I did not price it out at Home Depot or Lowe's. Now, part of the problem with that is either I pay for installation or I try to do it myself, which I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna install a garage door by myself. I don't know anybody who, I mean, I could probably recruit some friends to come over and help me, but I wasn't gonna do it myself. I really wanted to just hire it done. I didn't wanna mess with it. These guys had this door installed. They actually had the old one down, the new one up, programmed, packed up, all the old stuff gone, disposed of, cleaned my garage out in 3 hours. This door is substantially heavier than the old one. First and foremost, the glass is very heavy. Not only that, it is fully insulated, as I shared with you. It is also oversized. So what the guy told me, the installation guy, is actually the owner of the company. It's the pop, right? The mom and pop shop. He's the guy. He basically said, yeah, it's very rare that a builder will put a garage door of this size in a house. And usually what you're gonna see is 2 single garage doors with the median in the middle, because this is a really wide opening. It's not totally unheard of, it happens, but he said it's just not typical. Generally speaking, they'll use 2 single garage doors instead of the one oversized double garage door. Well, that right there means dollar signs. That's expensive. It's expensive to replace, it's expensive to install, all those things. So I called 2 different mom and pop shops. One's larger than the other, and I ended up going with the smaller of the 2 because it was a little bit less expensive. But at the end of the day, you know, they got me exactly what I wanted. Pretty close to my budget. I priced these doors out online. And for a standard, I think 16 by 7 garage door, again, I think that's pretty close to standard. All glass like this was somewhere around $7,500. A non-windowed garage door about this size, something like $6,000, give or take. Because of the additional weight, they actually threw in the springs and the new crossbar and actually the new racking and everything. That was all included with the door price. But the new motor, okay, that was, I'm gonna say necessary, but also kind of a splurge. I could have very simply went from a 1/2 horsepower roof mounted one like I had to a 3/4 or a 1 horsepower, which would have lifted this heavier door with ease. That wouldn't have been a problem. The 1/2 horsepower lifted up that lightweight door very simply. I could have just got a new roof mounted one. But I really wanted to save the space. I really wanted the opportunity to do this hexagonal lighting. I really wanted just the newest, the latest, and the greatest, because I don't want to have to do this again ever. This is the last garage door and the last motor I'm going to do on this house. It should outlive me. I mean, I won't live here forever. We're going to sell this house someday. And when we do, you know, this is going to be a selling point. So we wanted to do it right. And I'd rather pay a little bit more money today when I can go to work and just make more, instead of, you know, piecemealing it and just doing what we could to get by, only to wish that I had done it differently or to just redo it again someday in the future. Bottom line, garage door, $9,999. So it was 10 grand for this door. The motor, $1,000. So grand total, $11,000 for this setup. But I have a realtor friend who came and looked at it and he said, you know what, Josh, this is a very cool thing. This is a feature that when people are looking to buy new homes, they want something that doesn't look like everybody else's. This is truly the nicest garage door in my town. Nobody has this exact door. Now, the guy who installed it said he's done 2 other homes with a similar door. They did one that was not quite as many windows. They did one that was like, how did he say it? I think it was just 4 windows on the last section. So, I mean, it was very modern looking. If you imagine a garage door and, you know, just down one side was a strip of windows like this. And then I think it was a commercial building that was a smaller door, but he said they did do kind of an all glass door. And you see that at pubs and bars and stores and restaurants and things like that. The roll-up glass doors aren't unheard of. But for a commercial business, that's a lot different than a residential. So there's no real residential homes in town that have this garage door, so there's no real comps. But basically my realtor friend said, you know what? I mean, anybody who has a car of any sort that spends time in the garage, whether it's a project or an exotic or whatever it is, they want this kind of stuff, right? And it's expensive and they know it. So if they can buy a home that's already got it, they're willing to pay a premium. I also have the lift, okay? And again, I mean, I'm gonna upgrade the lighting and I have the speckled, whatever it is, flooring, the epoxy, the fancy epoxy stuff. And so the garage is gonna be done here before too long and I'm gonna run out of things to do out here. So that's awesome. I'm really thrilled, I love it. Like I said, it's expensive, but it's truly gonna help me build equity in our home and it is money that we'll get back someday. So that's what helped me sleep at night. I did not like writing those checks. You know, you got to put half down up front so that they can even order the door. And then the other half is due at collection time when the door is installed. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer. And, you know, truth is I didn't want to do anything less. You know, I didn't love the price, but really, if I had gotten the absolute cheapest door that's this size, paid for installation, paid for all the things, I'm looking at something like $7,000 anyway. And the other thing is too, guys, I'm gonna spin this around. And actually, my daughter's walking inside, so hang on. Sorry about that. Yeah, my daughter comes home and comes right through the garage because we have the keypad outside so she can come in. And anyway, the long and short of it is you guys didn't even hear the garage door starting to go up. I paused this thing in time. So she's home. But where I was going is this garage, prior to this garage door, had no windows. That's not true. In the top panel of the old garage door, we had kind of a sunburst pattern. It was 8 like 12-inch by 12-inch windows. So instead of these 4 huge ones, we had whatever, 8 little ones or 10 little ones or whatever it was. But they were little squares and they were fine, but they didn't let in that much light because there was kind of a plastic decorative thing inside that, you know, if you stood back from a distance, it looked like a sunrise or a sunburst of some sort. Anyway, we didn't have windows in this garage, and my wife and I had talked about poking either windows here, like 2 windows into our side yard here, or even 2 windows on this side that go to our backyard. You know, our backyard's kind of over this fence right here. So this would have been great to have 2 windows. Well, the justification was that we've never done it. And quite frankly, it's money that doesn't need to be spent. I've always wanted windows out here, but was I really ever gonna do it? Probably not. But installing a couple of windows is a couple of grand. I gotta buy the windows, and then I've gotta pay someone who knows what they're doing because they're exterior walls. I don't wanna mess with that. So I need someone who knows what they're doing to install these windows and then trim them and paint them and do all the things. Well, instead of paying a couple grand for that, that was my justification. I could pay a couple extra $1,000s now to have a wall of windows on something that needs to be replaced anyway. So that might not be good justification for you, but again, it helps me sleep at night. And I'm really happy with it. I love it. I love looking at it. Like I said, I mean, it was snowing the other day and I came out here just to watch the snow. I can't tell you the last time I made time to just stop what I was doing to watch the snowfall. Crazy. But I love this garage door. I'm really thrilled to have it. It was a lot of money, but I think it was worth it. And then not to mention on top of that, not just the equity that I'm gonna get back on this door, but my neighbors. I have had neighbors literally stop me in a restaurant. Josh, I drove through the alley and saw your garage door. This thing is sweet. I wanna come see it in person. Or, you know, oh, you're so fancy, yada, yada, yada. That's not the, they're kidding. I mean, maybe they're serious, but they're kidding. They don't, whatever. But it's just, it's fun to see, you know, people's reactions to this door because again, it's the only one in town. I live in a town of nearly 40,000 people. And I mean, there's 2 garage door shops here in town and this is the one. So it's awesome. I'm so excited to have it. I really, really am. You know, like I said, my neighbors have driven slowly through the garage or through the alley to look at the garage door. And it's kind of unwanted attention. I don't necessarily need it because if I leave the garage door up, they do it anyways because they're looking at these 2 things. It's part of the reason I got a car cover, guys. Last week we talked about the car cover. I didn't want to unveil that we got this garage door, but when I filmed that video for this car cover, we had this garage door about 2 days. And so that was my urgency in getting the cover on the car. I don't necessarily love it when people oogle and ogle over my stuff. And it's fun to have this stuff, but I have it for me, not for them. And so, you know, again, these are functional windows. This is not the Audi showroom floor or the Ford Mustang showroom floor. Not what it's for. But that's what my neighbors seem to think it is. So they're excited because they can see stuff. I'm excited because I can see them. It's fun. It's fun. So that's all I got for you guys this week. I just wanted to share the good news. We got this amazing garage door. I'm thrilled with it. First-hand review. These wall-mounted garage door openers are no joke. They're sweet. I love them, dude. So it's awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below. Most importantly, remember, may every investment you make be a good one. Till next time.